Every morning at 8 a.m. sharp, Ellie clocked in at the small-town diner just off Route 67 in Vermont. She wasn't expecting much from life these days. Just tips good enough to cover her college classes and maybe a little leftover for gas. That was until he showed up. He was around 6 or 7, always dressed neatly in quiet grey clothes, his posture too still for a child his age. He sat in the same corner booth every morning with a stern-faced nanny who answered his questions for him, ordered his food for him, and never smiled. He never spoke, not once, not even to say thank you. At first, Ellie thought he was just shy, maybe overwhelmed, but as the days turned into weeks, she noticed something deeper. He wasn't just quiet. He was guarded. One morning, Ellie had a slow shift. The boy was coloring with the stubby crayons the diner left for kids, aimlessly dragging green across the paper. She couldn't help herself. She took a napkin, drew a little cartoon fox holding a cup of coffee, and slid it over with his pancakes. He looked at it, blinked, then smiled. The nanny was too busy on her phone to notice. The next day, Ellie drew a fox flying a balloon. This time, the boy drew a kite next to it. It became their morning ritual. Silent, sweet, and secret. Ellie never pushed him to talk. She just kept drawing. Slowly, his shoulders relaxed. He smiled more. One day, he even laughed. A tiny giggle when she doodled a fox stuck in a syrup bottle. Ellie didn't know who he was or why he never spoke. She only knew that he felt safe when he was with her. Then one Friday morning, everything changed. He was in his booth, crayons spread out, drawing a fox on a rocket ship when the bell over the door chimed. A tall man in a suit walked in, confident, powerful, and flanked by 2 security guards. He stopped when he saw the boy. His eyes softened. The boy froze. The nanny stood up immediately, and Ellie had no idea that she was about to meet a billionaire who would turn her life upside down. The diner went quiet as the tall man approached the booth. "Liam," he said gently. The boy looked up. His crayon rolled off the table unnoticed. Ellie stepped back instinctively, feeling the weight of the moment. The boy, Liam, stood up slowly. His father crouched to his level and opened his arms. Liam hesitated, then ran into them. The hug was quiet but powerful. Ellie felt like she was watching something sacred. "I'm sorry I was gone so long," the man whispered. The nanny looked uncomfortable and excused herself. Ellie realized this wasn't just a surprise visit, it was a reunion. Moments later, the man turned to her. "You're the one who's been spending time with him?" he asked. Ellie nodded. "I didn't mean to overstep, he looked like he needed a friend." He smiled. "You did more than that. He hasn't spoken since his mother died. He stopped talking, stopped playing, until now. You brought my son back." Ellie blinked, stunned. She looked at Liam, who was now holding her latest fox drawing tightly in his hands. "I'm Robert Langston," he said, offering his hand, "CEO of Langston Tech." Her jaw nearly dropped. Langston Tech? That was a multi-billion-dollar company. "I want to offer you something," he continued. "I run a therapy program for children like Liam. It's innovative, creative, and it needs people like you, people who understand how to reach hearts before words." I'm just a waitress," Ellie said, overwhelmed. Robert shook his head. "No, you're a gift, and you have a choice." He offered her a business card. Later that evening, Ellie sat in her tiny apartment staring at it. Director of Creative Development. Full scholarship for psychology degree. Salary, $120,000 a year. She looked out the window, tears in her eyes. The next morning, she returned to the diner one last time. Liam was waiting. She hugged him and whispered, "I'll see you again, just in a different place." He finally spoke, just one word. "Promise?" She nodded, heartful. "Promise." And with that, the girl who believed she was just a waitress walked into a new life, one where kindness, crayons, and a silent boy changed everything.